I'm going to create a couple of users. In today's session, first of all, we'll see how to convert a shared mailbox as a user mailbox and how we can do the vice versa. Then we'll be creating a custom address list. And for creating custom address list, we require a couple of users. So I'll go navigate to my Exchange server. Under my Exchange server, I have RSet tools installed, remote server admin tools installed. So I will be able to access the Active Directory. I'm here going to create one OU in the name of marketing. I'm going to create a couple of users. I'll create approx 5 users. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these users. I'll go to properties. I'll go to organization. And in the department, I'm going to specify as marketing. So we have created around 5 users as marketing users. Now let's log into our Exchange Admin Center. Now we created a shared mailbox in the name of HR. We created a shared mailbox in the name of HR. Right. Now we'll try to access that shared mailbox. We already saw. Once again, we'll see how to access that shared mailbox. So Krishna, till now we have just created 5 users. We created a
Okay.
marketing OU. We created 5 users, and we have given the department as marketing to those 5 users. Right. So
Okay,
at
sir.
present, we saw on Friday how to create a shared mailbox. This is our shared mailbox. And let's go and preview who has access to this shared mailbox. If you go to mailbox delegation, so we had given John D full access and Shruti Hassan also full access and Trisha also full access. And in the send as also we have given all these three full access. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to log in with the user Shruti or Trisha. Let's log in with the user Trisha. We already tested how to access the shared mailbox. So we'll go to the user icon. So this is, I hope, HR only. We'll close it and we'll re-log in. Okay, I'll use the member. Yeah, so now I can log in with Trisha. That's my system name URL. Now, in order to access the shared mailbox, we'll go to the user properties, open another mailbox. We'll give the mailbox address HR and we'll click open. So she is able to access the shared mailbox. We had sent an email from the shared mailbox. Let's send an email from Trisha's account to the shared mailbox, that is hr@the-sp.com. Shared mailbox testing. And we'll wait for a moment. We have received the mail in the shared mailbox account, that is hr@the-sp.com from Trisha. Now we want to convert this shared mailbox as a user mailbox. We want to convert the shared mailbox as a user mailbox. So let's navigate to our Exchange Admin Center. So we have the shared mailbox, right? Now, in order to convert this shared mailbox into user mailbox, right? So I also forgot this step. Oh, just give me a moment. Okay, so let's navigate and review how we can convert our user mailbox into a shared mailbox. Now let's say I'm having a mailbox for user Shruti. I'm having a user mailbox for Shruti. Now let's say I want to convert this to a shared mailbox. I want to convert this user mailbox to a shared mailbox. So in order to convert user mailbox into a shared mailbox, we need to make use of Exchange Management Shell. So first what we are going to do, we are going to see whether this is a user mailbox or a shared mailbox. So let's navigate to Exchange Management Shell. I hope my screen is visible and I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let my shell get launched. Okay. So first I want to review that this is my shared mailbox or a user mailbox. So in order to validate that, I'll type the command get mailbox where my identity is Shruti Hassan, right? So it is Shruti Hassan, and I'll pipe it in the forward format list command, my name, recipient, and sorry, recipient type details. Right, so it is saying it is a user mailbox. This is a user mailbox, and the recipient name is Shruti Hassan. Now I want to convert this mailbox into a shared mailbox. So how I can convert? I'll type the command set mailbox. Again, my identity is Shruti Hassan. Now here I'll give the mailbox type. So mailbox type instead. So I'm already accessing mailbox. I have included the command set hyphen mailbox. So I am modifying the mailbox of the user, that is of the recipient Shruti Hassan. Now I want to change the type. So at present it is user mailbox. I'll make it shared and I'll press enter. So now it is a shared mailbox. Now if we go and navigate again the same command get mailbox where my identity is Shruti Hassan. Again I'll format list by name and recipient type details. So you can see it is now showing as shared mailbox. So previously it was a user mailbox. Now it is a shared mailbox. Now if we navigate to our exchange management shell, I'll
Yes, sir.
refresh this.
Can
Yes,
we
Rajesh.
give in place of identity, in place of name, can we give email address in place of
Yeah,
identity?
yeah.
Okay, okay,
That is UPN name. You can give user principal name. That is the logon name.
okay, okay.
Right. So what we have did, we have converted this Shruti Hassan mailbox from user mailbox to a shared mailbox. Now I'm just going to refresh it. So now I'm not able to review that Shruti Hassan's mailbox is here. Now let's go to the shared mailbox tab. We'll refresh here. So now we can see we have our shared mailbox here. We have our shared mailbox here. That is the Shruti Hassan. Now if we go to the properties of the shared mailbox, if we go to the properties of the shared mailbox, mailbox delegation. So at present, no one has access. No one can access it. Let's go to the Trisha's login and see if Trisha is able to log in it. Right. So let's navigate to Trisha's account. We'll go to open another mailbox and I'm going to type here Shruti.Hassan, right? The UPN name of the user account, right? So here I'm having my user Shruti. It was in probably finance or protection. Now, if you go to the email address, this is the email address. I'm just going to copy the email address. Let's try to open the user mailbox. So we are able to search the user mailbox, which is now a shared mailbox. We are trying to access the shared mailbox from Trisha's account. Let's try to open it. It is saying something went wrong. You don't have permissions. You don't have permissions. Something went wrong. Okay, let's try to access from administrator's account. So here we have admin account. Let's log in. First, we'll try to access through administrators Shruti's account. We'll click open. We are not able to access it. Now let's try to log in from administrator's account to the HR mailbox, which is already a shared mailbox. We are not able to, administrator is not able to access not even HR mailbox, not neither even Shruti Hassan's mailbox. Both are at present shared mailboxes. Now we will again navigate to the shared mailbox, Shruti Hassan's shared mailbox. We'll go to the properties. We'll go to the mailbox delegation. We'll add administrator here. I can add administrator. Okay. And here in the send as tab, I'll add administrator itself. Okay. And save. So now my administrator has access to the shared mailbox of Shruti Hassan. Now let's move. We'll try to log out from the admin login on the OVA tab, Outlook Web Access tab, and we'll try to refresh it once again. And now we will log in again. Now we'll ask administrator to try to access the shared mailbox. Administrator is trying to access it. Click open. Now we can see that administrator is able to access Shruti Hassan's mailbox because previously this shared mailbox was not having any kind of permissions. It was not having any kind of permissions. Now it has permissions. That's why we are able to access this shared mailbox. Clear till now? Any doubts?
Clear, sir.
No doubt, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now just a second. Okay. So now we'll see how to create a custom address list. At present, what we have, if we go to the organization tab, and here we have address list. If we go to the address list tab, here we can see we have all these address list. We have all contacts, we have all distribution list, all rooms, all users, default global address list, public folders, right? So here only one is up to date. This is the up to date, right? Rest everything up to date is no. Default global address list is up to date. Now, if we go to our user account who are accessing email services, right? Let's say if we ask them to click on new and on the to button, right? So at present, you can see here we have all these directories. We have all distribution list, all roles, all rooms, all users, etc. Right? But they are not updated. At present, we'll cancel this. We'll discard this message. We'll see how to create a custom address list. We'll click on the plus icon. We are creating a custom address list for all marketing users. So we created a marketing OU and we created 5 users. We assign the department as marketing, and on the basis of that OU, or on the basis of the filter department as marketing, we are going to create a custom address list. So I'm going to say all marketing users or marketing path. I'll leave default. I can give space here. Now I don't want all recipient types. I only want the recipient types who have exchange mailbox. Who have exchange mailbox. I'm going to add a rule where I'm going to select that if my recipient container is marketing, first condition, Second condition, I'm going to specify that they should have a department as marketing. If I click OK, and if we click on preview recipients, so why it is not showing any recipients? Any idea why it is not showing any recipient?
Don't know, sir.
Right, so we created those 5 users, but did we assign any mailbox to those 5 users? We didn't assign any mailbox to those 5 users. Right, so I'll cancel it. We'll again navigate to Active Directory. I'll create one more user, user 6. And to this user 6, I'm going to assign the department as revenue. Organization, department will give us revenue. And we'll click OK. Now, first we will assign mailboxes to all these existing users. So we'll go to recipients type. We'll click on the plus mailbox tab. We'll click on the plus user mailbox. We'll select the existing user, user 1. So at present, I am not doing anything. Let the exchange decide to which mailbox database it should assign. I'm just clicking save. I'll repeat it for all the 6 users. I'm skipping the user 4. I'm directly navigating to user 5 and now user 6. So I have intentionally skipped the user 4. So we can see in the preview tab how many users we are able to see in that address list. So now we have assigned mailbox to all these 5 users except user 4. Now let's navigate to back again to organization. We'll click on the plus icon. We'll give the list name as all marketing users. We'll say we need only users who have exchange mailbox. So click on add rule. We'll select the department first. Sorry, we'll select the container first. So my container is marketing. In that we have user 6 also who has department revenue. Now we'll add the department value as marketing and we'll click OK. Now here we have the preview recipients. The address list includes. Now we can see we are able to see only 4 users, user 1, 2, 3, and 5. User 4 doesn't have mailbox, that's why it is not appearing. Whereas user 6 has the department value as revenue, that's why it is not appearing. We'll click on close and we'll click on save. So it's saying you have made changes to the address list. For the changes to become effective, click on the update button in the details pane. We'll say OK. So now we have all marketing users, but it is not up to date. So we'll click on update and we'll say yes. So sometimes it can take a longer period depending upon your selection. So my address list is now up to date. Let's navigate to the mailbox of admin. We'll just refresh it. Again, we'll click on the new button. We'll click on the to button. We'll click here and we can see we have all marketing users and we are able to see all 4 users are part of this marketing list. So I'm going to send email to user 1, 2, and 3. Let's click on save. New custom address list. Justin regards admin. Will send email. The email is sent. We can see that it has been sent. Now let's log in with first of all user one. Let's log out from Trisha's account. Plus 530. Right, so we have received the email from the administrator, user one, user two, user three. Now, if we sign out and log in as user five, we didn't selected user five from the list. Hence, this user should not receive the email. This user has not received the email, but he can mail to any user. User1 at sp.com, HR at sp.com, Trisha at sp.com. Test email. This is just an test email. It's saying it is undelivered to user1 at sp.com and Trisha at sp.com. Why it is undelivered? What's the reason? Why it is not delivered to user1 and Trisha, but it has been delivered to administrator? We can see user file's email is received by administrator. It is received by HR, but it is not received by user1 and Trisha. User 5 has sent an email to four users: administrator, user 1, HR, and Trisha. But it has been delivered to administrator, it has been delivered to HR, it has not been delivered to user 1 and Trisha. What is the reason? Yes, Rajesh,
Uh,
Krishna?
don't know, sir, but I have one more doubt here.
Yeah.
This particular user file doesn't have send as permission to that HR mailbox, right?
See, send as means
A shared mailbox.
he can log into HR mailbox and send as, but eventually can directly any user can send email to HR. Send as permission means the user has permissions on the mailbox. Sending and receiving permissions are different.
Okay.
Any user in the organization can send an email to HR and can receive an email from HR as if that HR is a person. Like user one is a person, user five is a person. In the same way, HR is also a person or a mailbox from, it is a recipient from where you can receive the mail or you can send to mail. But as HR is a shared mailbox, so who has rights or who has permission to access that mailbox? Because HR doesn't have any login credentials. Getting the point?
Okay, okay.
HR mailbox doesn't have credentials to log in. How you will go and log in? Let's say if you want to, let's say I'll sign out from user 5 here. If we want to log in as HR, what password here you will give? We didn't provide any password to HR mailbox,
Okay, okay.
right? So that's why in order to access the mailbox, who has sent an email on HR, or if you want to revert from HR's mail, we need to give that mailbox access, that mailbox permission to any user. So any another user can access that mailbox and can revert or can reply on that mails and can see who has sent an email to HR. Got the point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Krishna, understood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
Or is going from the sky? Hmm?
Yeah, understood, sir. Because of like HR don't have the credentials to log in. So,
Yeah. Now my question again back. Why user 5's mail is not delivered to user 1 and Trisha?
sure, sir.
Hmm? Why it is not delivered?
Not sure, sir.
See, on Friday, we saw about email address policy. Remember?
Yes, sir. You create a policy like with the domain krishna.com.
No, not the domain. That was accepted domain. That concept was different. We
Eh,
created an email address policy. That email address policy was the email by default would be first name dot last name at the rate
yeah,
domain name, right? But here we have not sent in that format. So if we navigate to the Exchange Admin Center, recipients, mailbox. So if you go to user one, so here it is showing email address user dot one. If you carefully see, you can see it is user dot one,
Okay.
right? So
yes,
now if you
yes,
go to Active Directory for user one, so you can see the logon name. If we go to the account, the login credentials will be user one at the rate sp.com, but email address is different. Email address is user dot one at the rate sp.com.
Okay.
First name dot last name at sp.com. Got it?
Yes, sir.
got it.
That's why the email got bounced. Why it got bounced? Because email address is this. User one at sp.com is not an email address. It is a login ID. It is a login ID on the system. Active Directory login ID is user one at the rate sp.com, but email address is user dot one at the rate sp.com. In the same manner, if I'm creating a new user, let's create a new user. Sonali Bendre, right? I'm giving the user logon name as Sonali at the rate sp.com. Right. So Sonali's login name is Sonali at the rate sp.com. Now, if we go and assign an exchange mailbox to Sonali, user mailbox, we'll go to the existing user, Sonali, OK, and save. So now you can see the email address for Sonali is sonali.bendres at sp.com.
Okay.
Got it? So the
Yes, sir.
logon name
Got
is
it.
different, email address is different. If we navigate to this OU and we'll just refresh it, we'll go to the properties of Sonali. You can see it has an email address sonali.bendre at sp.com. So this is from coming from our Exchange attribute. If you remember when we were installing Exchange, we extended the Active Directory schema. That's why this email is getting populated from the Exchange itself. We didn't give this feed here. It appeared because we assigned or we created a user mailbox for this user. That's why the email address got created for this user, and that email address was binded with this user. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Okay. So for today, we'll keep that much only, and we'll switch to the session of Azure. Okay. We'll resume in 4 minutes.